Have you ever wanted a hand cannon that can cause advanced permanent neurosis while simultaneously spreading harmful immunodeficiencies via bullet poisoning, but also rewarding the player for committing war crimes? Today, I'll be talking about Thorn. And by talking about, I mean perverting the esoteric concepts that I just learned from a wiki article 10 minutes prior to making this video. This should really help me spread misinformation quickly. Before we actually look at the gun itself, we need to look at the lore first. But Nix, you heaping pile of testosterone, the father figure I never had, the top G? I thought this was a shitposting channel. Well, you're wrong, because this channel is just a reflection of my inner psyche. What you're watching is just unmedicated schizophrenia being personified with memes. I apologize, I seem to be experiencing some conniptions. Greetings, Guardians, my name is Bife here. Our story takes place in the Dark Ages, where the 10th Circle of Hell just opened. We follow the Emperor of Shurima and his struggle against imposter syndrome. I had to reinstall League of Legends for this joke. Azir was a god amongst men in a time during or even after the Balkan Wars, where small anarcho-primitive colonies formed for the sole purpose of returning to Monkey. Our based and red pill protagonist was determined to bring back McDonald's and Walmarts across the world. Azir smashed, clashed, and bashed with the Fallen and anyone else that disagreed with the teachings of spherical mecha. Razil was doing great. And then the moon started talking to him. Unable to get a proper schizophrenic diagnosis under the Zavala administration, Razil endured the nightmares that beckoned him to come to the moon. But even the indomitable human spirit has its weaknesses. Razil flew himself over for a slice of cheese. But when he got there, holy shit, is that a woman? Look at those horns. I should ask her what her favorite anime is. Mommy? Should I bark at her? I hope her feet stink. Before our protagonist was able to use his unspoken riz, the woman vanished into a cave. Worried that his parasocial relationship might be in trouble, he prepared to embark into the cave. Hey pal, I gotta go. Something just came up. Yeah, the traveler wants me to measure its circumference. Okay, the truth is my battery's about to die, and you don't happen to have a USB-C cable, micro USB-C cable, would you? Okay, my wife is pregnant, and she's about to give birth. Alright, fine. I'm nyctophobic, alright? I'm not going in there. It is very dark. After abandoning his small child, Razil entered the backrooms, where he experienced life through the eyes of Stevie Wonder. This is what he saw. Determined to donate his entire 401k, our protagonist pushed on into the unknown. Hey, do you know where I can apply to become a tier 3 sub around here? Incomprehensible. Thank you. Suddenly, the entirety of China's CO2 emissions entered his lungs, making him faded than a hoe.
What brings you here?
Wait a second, this isn't ASMR? After escaping the clutches of the Just Chatting section, our hero then committed mass genocide against the denizens of Ohio. And after a fortnight, Razil finally made it back to the surface, with a bag of bones and tinnitus. If we were to look at Razil's Wikipedia page, we'd be somewhere between these two sections. And after storytelling more convoluted than a FromSoft game, we're finally introduced to Thorn, because the bones he looted actually contained traces of cringe on them, and thus transforming his pure and white hand cannon Rose into, I was just informed by my lawyers not to finish this joke. After abandoning his ghost once again, Razil completed the Dredgen seal and renamed himself Your Forger, and then he proceeded to consume copious amounts of light, but Thorn was still hungry, so he decides to do a bit of trolling by committing war crimes, which then introduces us to our new hero. Here's a quick summary of who Shin Malphur is. I hope you caught that all because it will be on the midterm. Shin would eventually track down Yor and saw that he was experiencing psychosis due to allergy medications. Shin would take the big iron on his hip and put an end to Texas Red by using the unmatched power of the sun to obliterate Yor. Hi, and welcome to the all-new gun review, where my opinion is right and yours is punishable by being sent to the Xinjiang re-education camp. Thorn is a kinetic hand cannon that unfortunately can no longer send sinners to paradise, and that's because this game is rated T for tabularizing, which means to tabulate, and that means to arrange tabularly, and that word is derived from the word table. Thorn's exotic perk is Mark of the Devourer. This allows you to directly inject targets with Ode to the Smash Tournament, and once you've successfully put the person to sleep, they will hand it over. That thing, your dark soul. This reloads your bullets and adds an increased poison effect to your weapon, thus upgrading your aids to super aids. Now, I could tell you how Thorn handles in Crucible and possible PvP builds, but that would mean actually playing Crucible, and I'd rather not start cutting horizontally. So instead, I'll be rating this gun based on two factors: fun and satisfaction. So now you're probably wondering, how do I measure these two factors effectively and fairly? Well, mind your own business. Watching innocent dregs suffocate due to bronchitis is both entertaining and also a totally sane activity to partake in. With Thorn, you don't need to waste extra bullets to kill your enemies, which gives you more time to do the things you enjoy.
How much money have I even earned this year? I have no idea.
I rate this 8 out of my prescription antipsychosis medication, which I refuse to take because my girlfriend keeps disappearing every time I take them. If there's one thing that Destiny has taught me, it's that if you're having fun, you're playing the game incorrectly. In order to measure the fun level of Thorn, I had to make sure that I was playing the game in the most suboptimal way possible. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it does seem to be working. After rigorous testing, I've come to a final conclusion. Never mind, I guess. I rate this a 7 out of my love for Mother Nature. Well, that's all the time we've got now because I've milked the entire wiki article dry, so I couldn't possibly make this video any more esoteric even if I tried. But remember to tune in next time where we summarize the entirety of the Old Testament. Before I go, leave me a comment letting me know some of your favorite pieces of Destiny lore and I may just turn them into a shitpost. I'll see you guys whenever the next video is out, I don't know.